Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm taking a look at a documentary on the warning. This is a fan-made documentary that comes from the YouTube channel Renaissance Man. It's been out for a couple of months and I've gotten a number of requests for it and people saying actually this is quite a good primer for new warning fans. And so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this today. It's about 20 minutes long. Again, it comes highly recommended and with many requests, so looking forward to it. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, just know that I'm always looking at content that features bands that are touring today. So if that interests you, please subscribe so you won't miss anything. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this.
Every once in a while, a new force shakes the foundations of music. From the heart of Monterrey, Mexico, three sisters dared to dream beyond all expectations. This is not just a story about music, but about sisterhood, ambition, and the unstoppable power of believing in yourself. Their journey would take them from local jam sessions to some of the world's most renowned stages. This documentary brings you behind the scenes into the lives and hearts of The Warning, where family, talent, resilience, and passion form the unstoppable rhythm of a new generation in rock. Welcome to The Warning.
Okay, I just want to give props to Renaissance Man for having good storytelling pacing here. He's got all of the details in there that you need to tell a good story. He's got a lot of good stock footage of Monterrey, a lot of early photos of the girls themselves, and he's got the proper pacing of the story. So I just want to give props for that right up front.
Hi, I'm Alejandra. Hi, I'm Paulina. Hi, I'm Daniela. And we're The Warning.
Daniela, Paulina, and Alejandra Villarreal were destined for music from the start. Growing up in a creative household, their earliest memories echo with piano keys, guitar strings, and laughter. But destiny took a unique turn thanks to a popular video game, Rock Band. Hours spent playing the game at home inspired each sister to pick up a real instrument. Daniela on guitar, Paulina on drums. For Alejandra, her early fascination was with the harp, the elegant strings calling to her imagination. But watching electric bass performances on TV, she fell completely in love with its deep sound and energy, deciding the bass would be her destiny. For the sisters, Rock Band was more than just a game. It was their first rehearsal, their first stage, their first taste of sharing music as a family. This virtual experience planted the seed that would grow into a world-class rock band. Years later, developers of Rock Band honored this journey, including The Warning's own songs in the game, a full-circle moment fueled by the same joy and unity they felt as kids.
This is the truth.
Siempre crecimos en una casa muy musical, un ambiente muy musical. Nuestros papás son muy amantes de la música, entonces siempre crecimos viendo conciertos en la tele de Queen, de Pink Floyd, de AC/DC, de muchos artistas. Pero yo creo que como empezamos a tocar nuestros instrumentos fue a través del videojuego del Rock Band. Nos encantaba jugar de chiquitos. Bueno, yo estaba todavía muy chiquita para jugar, pero Dani siempre agarraba la guitarra, Pau siempre la batería y nos encantaba, bueno, les encantaba ese reto de perfeccionar las canciones en el Rock Band y sacarse la calificación perfecta. Sí. Y desde ahí nos empezó a gustar mucho el rock y desde ese entonces decidimos que eso es lo que queríamos hacer, lo que veíamos en
and a pattern emerged.
The sisters spent entire afternoons rehearsing together, learning from every mistake and always supporting each other. Their home was not just a place to live, but a place for ideas, rehearsals, and shared dreams. Sometimes the right moment changes everything. In 2014, the sisters shared a cover of Metallica's Enter Sandman on YouTube, expecting only friends and family to watch. When their cover of Metallica's appeared on YouTube, it was an instant sensation. Millions watched, commented, and shared, stunned by the raw talent and confidence of these young girls from Mexico. Kirk Hammett of Metallica praised their musicianship. Major media outlets reached out, and invitations arrived from television shows, most notably The Ellen Show. The world was watching, and the sisters were both excited and overwhelmed. What began as a simple home recording soon opened doors far beyond anything they imagined. Thousands of fans flooded their social profiles, and what began as a hobby in their living room was now inspiring musicians and dreamers everywhere.
It's true. It's a really cool story in that regard. You know, they took that moment, which is one of those moments that is a little bit of a freak accident in a way, you know. So they were able to capitalize on that moment. They were able to take stock of what it meant and the fact that it wasn't really a permanent thing. You kind of had to keep the ball rolling. Also worth noting, just to a minor degree, the video didn't go viral for it sounds like about another 6 months or so, something like that. So it took a little time. It wasn't instantaneous. But overall, I like the way that this story is being told, and it's so far looking extremely accurate, at least in terms of what I understand of the band's origins. So nice job there.
Viral sensation didn't just change their lives, it reinforced their message. Age, gender, and language are no limits for those who play from the heart. The power of the internet had built a bridge from Monterrey to the entire world.
We actually started playing classical music. But then the rock band came in. My dad bought the game for us, and we literally wouldn't stop playing. I remember thinking at the time, how cool would that be if we could do it for real, you know? So when I was about 8 years old, my dad asked me yet again, do you want to play another instrument? Without leaving the piano, of course. And I said yes, and obviously I chose the guitar. Later on, Pau chose the drums, and Ale chose the bass. Although, curiously, she first wanted to play the harp, right, Ale? I don't know where that came from. I will always remember the first time we played together as a band. It was so nerve-wracking. I wouldn't stop shaking because it was all new to me, and it was our first time playing in front of, well, a large audience. It was just our friends and family. But it was so cool because once we got on stage, all the nerves kind of went away when we started playing the song, and I was having so much fun. And I remember saying to myself, this is where I belong. I mean, this is where we belong. And from that point on, we were just three girls with a big musical dream.
Always worth noting, even though most fans know this, or at least longtime fans, maybe not newer fans, but there are two TEDx's that The Warning did. One was January 2016. I think that's what this one is. The next one was 1 year later, and they're both worth watching. Yeah, it's amazing, actually, that took place 10 years ago now. It's kind of a marvel.
More than viral fame, The Warning's success stems from years of discipline, creativity, and growth. Their debut EP, Escape the Mind, marked their first original expression, a bold step into songwriting and production as teenagers. Soon followed 21st Century Blood, a reflection on modern life and challenges.
I just want to note one thing without ruining the flow too much. Escape the Mind is a digital-only release, so don't look for a record or a CD. Maybe someday, maybe some record store day or something, they'll press it. We'll see.
Queen of the Murder Scene demonstrated a fearless approach to storytelling. An ambitious concept album, exploring human emotion and personal trials.
Nice
With
animation.
Error, their lyrical maturity and musical experimentation reached new levels. And their most recent album, Keep Me Fed, shows a band that continues to challenge itself and grow. Listeners can trace their artistic evolution from powerful hard rock riffs to introspective, genre-blending lyrics. The sisters have always chosen independence, handling writing, recording, and even much of the production themselves. Paulina even wrote her first song before reaching her teens, a testament to their creative drive. In every release, their voices are genuine. Sometimes rebellious, sometimes vulnerable, always unmistakably authentic. It's this personal investment that draws audiences not only to their music, but to the soul behind each song.
Well said.
And then, well, of course, we have to get back to Monterrey for the Killer show. Since, obviously, we're super excited about that.
Yeah,
to be able to play in the arena of our hometown is huge for us.
That was one of the vlogs they did for Sphere Studios when they were working at Sphere Studios in March of 2018. This was their first attempt to record things for Queen of the Murder Scene. It apparently didn't go so well, and we've never heard those sessions. Details are still a little foggy, but they did go back and open for the Killers for a couple of dates in Monterrey, I believe. And that was controversial to the producers they were working with. So it was probably just as well that they parted ways. It seems like maybe there were some fundamental issues, differences.
Small shows in Monterrey to massive festival stages worldwide. As their confidence grew, so did their stage presence. Daniela commands the crowd with virtuosic guitar work and powerful vocals. Paulina energizes with charismatic drumming and spontaneous humor. And Alejandra delivers thunderous bass lines with playful spirit. From local gigs in Monterrey to rocking the audience at Mexico City's Auditorio Nacional, The Warning stands out not only as a Mexican band, but as a universal force in rock. Their fan community, the Warning Army, has become a global family, bonding over music, supporting causes, and sharing in every triumph and challenge.
Hey, and you guys are opening for Muse for concerts.
Big moment.
For the sisters, every show is more than a concert. It's a moment to connect, inspire, and share their lives with thousands of like-minded spirits. Taking the stage at major festivals and iconic venues is a dream for many bands, but The Warning made it a reality while still in their teens. Their live performances are filled with raw passion and infectious energy. Each show is a display of sisterly chemistry, technical skill, and fearless artistry. For every member of the audience, a Warning show is more than a concert. It's an experience.
Just once again, I want to reinforce that I like the storytelling method being used here. I think it's very effective. I would maybe turn the music down ever so slightly. Notice they're not using any of the Warning's music, which is fine, especially for something where you're talking about the Warning, the band itself, and you don't want to necessarily distract the viewership. Start listening to the song instead of the narrative. But yeah, this is well done.
We've had many offers and requests from people who wanted to be a part of our journey, but they always wanted to change an aspect of who we were and what we wanted to do as a band.
That's 2017.
And the business point of view.
TEDx.
And that made us feel very disappointed because, why would we have to change ourselves to be successful? So this album is a result of us completely ignoring those people and doing our own thing because, thank you. one of the most important things to us is staying true to ourselves and what we want to do as musicians.
Of course, breaking into hard rock as young women from Latin America was never easy. The industry is full of obstacles, stereotypes, and doubts. But The Warning faced them head-on, refusing to let others define their limits. With every performance and every release, they prove that talent and dedication far outweigh prejudice and tradition. Their attitude on social media, responding to negativity with humor and positivity, has become a hallmark, inspiring others to embrace diversity and respect. Today, their influence stretches beyond music, encouraging a new generation of girls to pursue their dreams in rock.
Hear, hear.
The support of family and their ever-growing fan base help turn challenges into milestones.
I'm going to mention this now because I've noticed this trend too. They're not just inspiring girls, they're also inspiring guys, even full-grown guys. All ages, really. It seems like they're starting to break out. I saw what looked like a pretty nice cover of one of their songs by three guys who were, 20s, maybe 30, something like that. And I thought, yeah, it's not just women anymore. Of course, it's great that they're inspiring women. I heard a recent stat that 90% of guitars being purchased today are being purchased by women. And I can believe it. It seems like most of the new rock bands, for example, there might be a guy or two in there somewhere, but they're run by women. They're majority women in the band. So it doesn't surprise me too much since guitar, of course, is a staple of the rock world. All right, this is quite good. Let's keep going. There's about 7 minutes left. It looks like 8 minutes left, something.
The Warning Army plays a critical role here, fostering a community of respect, diversity, and authenticity, reflecting the values held by the band itself. Their message resonates not only in Mexico, but worldwide, making their victories meaningful not just for themselves, but for a new generation of artists seeking their place in the world.
So I got this opportunity on our last tour because Danny from The Warning is an incredible guitar player to the point that I'm literally watching her every night. So I ended up, finding this beautiful white Gibson Explorer. I was originally going to give her one of my signatures, but then I'm like, no, it has my signature on it. I want something that she can just call her own. I ended up handing her this guitar in the middle of her set. Same thing that happened with me and Jason Todd. And same thing, she thought I was just letting her borrow one of my guitars. So she literally asks me, it's the same conversation.
Wow.
All these years later, she's like, oh my gosh, really? This is mine?
Well, I'm going to give it to you as a gift.
Orianthi.
This is yours. Hope you enjoy it and play that freaking rock and roll on those tours. Paul's going to take your other guitar. Yes, he's taking off with that one. He's done with that one. But that's yours now.
Paul Reed Smith. The man.
She's amazing.
As their sound matured, international recognition followed. From praise by legends like Metallica and Muse to collaborations and shoutouts from Hailstorm, The Warning quickly stood out in the global rock scene.
Hey guys! We have some amazing news to share with you. We have finally found a partner who believes in our vision and in our music.
Jason.
We're extremely happy to announce that we have officially signed with Lava Records.
Hey, actually, we have a new album coming out from our group, The Warning, and then we have a big release party in LA. So very excited. The three sisters from Mexico were just blowing up right now, and they play. I mean, they play they're just incredible musicians, and I think it's so wonderful because it's a real rock band with three female musicians, and that's it. I think it's time for that.
Signing with Lava Records opened doors to global touring and media exposure. Their music, sometimes in English, sometimes in Spanish, now reaches audiences from Tokyo to Berlin. International fans describe The Warning as both fierce and sincere. Thanks to their international recognition and collaborations with major bands, The Warning inspired thousands of young people to pursue their musical dreams around the world. Their journey from Monterrey's living rooms to the world's biggest stages is a testament to the power of perseverance, hope, and hard work. The world now sees The Warning as proof that hard work and authenticity can transcend borders and languages.
You bet. That's true.
Estoy feliz porque esta siguiente presentación tiene que ver con mujeres que vienen desde Monterrey, México. Un muy fuerte aplauso, por favor, para The Warning.
What makes The Warning unique goes beyond their music.
I know what that
Alejandra
was.
recorded her first professional bass track at only 9. Daniela's love of donuts and partnership with PRS guitars are legendary among fans. Paulina brings both humor and charisma, often switching between lead vocals and entertaining her sisters with spot-on impersonations backstage.
Te puedo contar toda la historia desde niño, de The Warning.
The Warning ahorita es la banda, ¿no? O sea, es una banda tototota, güey.
Como 5 años les di clases. Soy muy amigo de Luis, del papá de ellos, desde hace 1000 años, desde que estábamos en prepa, yo creo por ahí. Y él me buscó porque quería hacer un cambio de maestros. Ya tenían maestros desde que estaban súper chiquitititas, ¿no? Ale, la bajista, tenía, yo creo que, no sé, te voy a inventar, pero a lo mejor 6 años. Entonces hicimos un cambio de maestros. Y entonces tenía su maestro de guitarra, su maestro de batería. Yo le daba clase de bajo a Ale, pero luego yo me quedaba a darles clases de ear training a las 3, análisis de canciones, porque yo le dije, si quieres que les dé clases, no las voy a poner a tocar covers, ¿no? O sea, les voy a poner a componer. Y resulta.
That's funny. I just looked at this clip a few days ago. And no, I had never seen it before.
Eran unas máquinas de componer, ¿no? O sea, entonces, vaya, yo no les enseñé a componer, yo las empujé a componer.
Mi playera de otaku, escampado.
MTV.
Sí, vamos con los tacos de ella.
Me presento así. Está medio apretado.
Oye, van enseñando la canción.
¿De qué?
Sí.
No, ya no tuvimos tiempo para... O sea, la aprendimos muy rápido. Y luego regresando de Miami, los de que 3-4 días que tuvimos en Monterrey, la corrimos aquí todos los días un ratito. Y eso es todo lo que le enseñamos.
You ought to know.
¿Te entra por otro lugar?
Their discography spans English and Spanish, symbolizing their global reach and Mexican roots.
¿Qué más quieres, video?
Their fans celebrate every new achievement with creative tributes and stories, making each tour and album release a celebration of community. As the credits roll, The Warning's story continues, always evolving, always inspiring. Their message is clear. Music is for everyone, regardless of age, background, or gender. The band's legacy is growing, breaking barriers and pushing the limits of what's possible for Latin American musicians on the world stage. And as thousands of young fans look up to them, The Warning offer unwavering encouragement. Never give up. Your dreams belong on the stage. This is The Warning. 3 sisters, infinite impact, and a sound that echoes through generations.
Okay. Okay. So apparently that's part 1, and when we get a little bit more history, presumably there'll be a part 2, because it pretty much came up to the present day. Yeah, very nice piece there. I thought that was really a well-told story there, and very effective. Effective for anybody who's coming in fresh to the band and just wants to learn a few things about them, a few key facts, this is a good way to get those facts. You pretty much become an informed Warning fan after watching this. So, well done on that one. I appreciate the requests to take a look at this. I think it was definitely worthwhile. It's tempting, you know, maybe I should make movies like this once in a while. I can see the amount of work that went into that. There was a lot, you know, there were a lot of little add-ons in there, things where you had to decide you wanted to include this in the film and it was going to take an extra amount of time for this to get finished. And then it happens over and over again within the 20 minutes of the video. So I definitely can appreciate the work that went into it. So again, good job. Folks, why don't you let me know what you thought of this? If there's anything you would have included in there that you didn't see, if there's anything you want to correct. To me, it seemed to be pretty accurate overall. You know, very minor stuff, you know, quibbles aside. There's really nothing I would object to. But if there's anything you spotted, by all means, leave it below. And if there's anything else that you want to add for context, by all means, do that too. Okay? And if you have other suggestions for me, leave those as well. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much for joining me on this. I will catch you on the next one. Take care, folks.